Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. What are the topics that you have to learn as part of SSIS? You have to learn transformations, whatever we discussed, lookup, data conversion, condition split, merge join, and multicast, right? Scripting task, and execute SQL task, whatever we discuss, row count, and how do you handle the error data, how do you implement logging, how do you deploy the packages, what is SSIS catalogs, what is SSIS DB, and how to create a jobs, and all these things we have to know clearly. Incremental loading with the help of a lookup merge statement, and with the help of SCD, what is a type 0, type 1, type 2, all these things we have to know. What is a variable, why variables. So all these things we have to know clearly to attend the interview, right? So now the last topic here is that SSIS debugging. Debugging అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? ట్రబుల్ షూటింగ్. If you get any kind of an issue in the package, so what are the things that you have to do as a developer, right? If you get any error in the package, what normally we implement? We implement a logging, right? So we have given the packages to the production, and whenever they get any kind of an issue, they are going to go to the logging table or Windows event viewer where they can get the issues of the given package. Clear? The issues, by reading those issues, they can rectify. For example, there is no space in the disk. That is the issue. Space, developer cannot do. They need to increase it. Or the tempdb space is full. The tempdb is a temporary database, so that they need to analyze. If they get any kind of a password issues, or server is not working, any kind of an issues that a DB team can handle. But apart from that, if they see any different issue which they cannot handle it, so they will be able to send you a log file to you via attachment. Okay, na? So using that log file, you have to take the package. Where is the package? If you're a new developer, so all the packages are available in the VSTF. You have to go and download the package from the VSTF, and you should be able to, see the package, what it is doing, and you can read the message by DB emails, and see what is the problem with the package, right? So to troubleshoot the packages, and what are the things that we can have it. So this is the important topic. We can have debugging means troubleshooting. Even issues వస్తే ఎట్లా మనం ట్రబుల్ షూట్ చేయాలి ప్యాకేజ్ లో. So that is what we are learning. How to troubleshoot. There are two types of debugging features in SSIS. One is called design time debugging feature. This is a development time. The second one is called runtime debugging. Runtime means after deployment of the package is not available to you, right? So the package is running in one more machine. The computer is there in America. So that is handled by one more team called DBA team in the production environment. Okay. So if the package is in your hands, for example, you're running a package now, you're getting some issue. For example, I have this, I will run this package. I'm developing a package, designing a package. If I get any error, where will I get error? So if I get any error, I will be able to see the errors in the progress window. So this is where you should be able to see the design time errors. That is what design time. Design time, where do you see the errors? So that is what. So in the design time, we see the errors in the progress window. Progress window means this is the window called the progress. When you stop debugging, it will become execution results. We'll see the errors in this if something goes wrong. అర్థమవుతుందా? So that is one. The second one is package validation. This you don't do any extra step. At the design time, automatically SSIS is going to be validating. For example, you click on execution. SSIS is doing, you observe carefully. It is doing validation has started. Have you seen this? What is the meaning of validation has started? It is going to be checking, all object which you are referring, that is there or not. For example, I am using a lot of tables. So employee table 1 and employee table 2 All these are available or not. Okay. If these are not available, what is the use? So before executing, it is going to be verifying whether the given tables are available in the source or destination or not. For example, it is not checking, it is going and getting the data, the destination table is not available. But what should I do with the data? I went to the source, I got the data, SSIS is going to the source and getting the data, destination table is not available. So what should I do with the data? So before itself, before dumping the data, I go and check source is there, yes. Destination is there, yes. If everything is available, then what I do, I go to the source and get the data and dump it here. So this is what is called a validation. So validation is going to happen automatically. You don't do any special, things. For example, you eat food. When you eat food, body is validating. If the food is bad, you are going to be omitting, right? So omitting sensation is going to come. So are you doing something extra? No. Body is automatically validating whether eaten food good or bad. So automatically the body is doing a one kind of a checking. For example, you are a B positive, somebody is injected A negative blood. So body is going to be validating the blood group. It is going to be reacting. You may die, right? So you are not doing, purposefully something, but whenever you eat food, the body is automatically checking. It is automatically validating. However, body is automatically validating. SSIS also validating automatically. That is also you should understand. Clear? Package validation is automatically done. And we can also implement a breakpoint and package debugging. This we need to do it manually. That we'll discuss. Progress window where you can see the issues. That is also automatic. Then a data viewers also you can implement. So what is the data viewer? For example, data is going. Okay, let me take one more package. Let me go to incremental or STD transformation. I go to this transformation. So it is executing the data. So where the data is going, let me go. The data is going to go to insert a destination. It is going to go to company one SCD dim employee table. Let me go to company one. Okay, na? So the table name is called source is called EMP table. Now the destination is table called dim employee table. Kada? So I have to go. So it is bringing the data, working with the data. There's no problem. So this is the data I have it. So I have 2, 3, 4 records. Tomorrow, if I insert some data, I will be able to get the same data here, right? So this is what is doing. Now, whatever be the reason, it is not inserting the data, it's getting some issues. I wanted to see the data, what data going here. I would like to see before insertion. Before insertion, I wanted to see the data. Clear? So there is a right click on this, there is a enable data viewer. So whichever the data is going, that data you can see before itself. Okay. If you want to disable, right click on this disable data viewer. For example, whatever be the data you're getting. So data viewer is available only in the data flow, not in the control flow. In the control flow, for example, you have one more task. You cannot go, you cannot right click and say, sir, I don't have any data viewer here. There is no data viewer, right? So data viewers are available only in the data flow. So enable data viewer. It can tell you what data it is bringing. It can tell you, it can show you what data it is bringing. You would like to see, right? For example, let me go and implement for each loop container, right? We have done for each loop one more package. Now it is reading the data, right? Now what kind of a data which is reading, which is getting the data from here? Now let me go from which file? For each loop company new. Okay, so let me go to company new. So what is the table name? How do you get the table name? So you need to open this employee for each loop, right? So you have to go to this and the company new, and the table name is called employee new for each. From where it is getting the data? It is getting the data uh, from this. When you go, all the data getting from a C drive, not the C drive, right? Some path we had given. From each file enumerator, it is getting the data from some file. Where is that file? So it is available in this file, flat file source, right? So this is the one. It is getting the data. Oh, it is dynamically we are supplying the data, right? So it is not able to tell you. So we have some, variables. So using the file path dynamically, which is bring the data, right? So let me go here and try to execute this package. Now, before that, so this is the table name. I am planning to get this data. Let me go and see whether it is having some data or not. It is going to have 53 rows now. Okay, 53 rows are available. Now let me execute this package. It is failing. The configuration is a problem. So whenever you get an error, you have to go and check, access is denied. Okay, so it is pointing to some wrong file. Okay, so I have to go give the proper file. Okay, it is not pointing to the actual path. Where is the actual path? Actual path is available in the uh, D drive SSIS for each loop source. Okay, and fully qualified get only txt files. So all these things I think I have modified. Because of this, it is failing. Let me save and run the package. Now it is working fine, right? It is working fine, no problem at all. If you get any kind of a problem, you will be able to get. These are the warnings. You can just ignore them. Warning could not open global memory. It is not very, very important. So everything is fine. It got executed. Now the time it has taken 0 second, 750 milliseconds. 1 second equals to 1000 milliseconds. Now everything is working fine. But now number of rows you can earlier 53. Now if you see so much of a data, right? So much of data you can have it. It has stored some more data. It is working fine, no problem at all. But now I wanted to know a file by file, which file it is getting, which file it is loading. I would like to see the data. Double click on this. I wanted to see what file data it is bringing, because we have so many files we are looping through. Kada? So we are looping through so many files. When you go here, we are getting this file, this file, this file. Which file data which is looping through? I wanted to see the data. I have a Ram, Kiran, Anu, Raj. So I have Chennai. Chennai data is Radhika, Jyoti, Anushka, Jatin. And I have Hyderabad data, Nitya, Tilahan, Umesh, Raju, Sumati, Pavan. Like that, which file data it is going to load? That data I want to see it. So how to see it? I can go I can go to data flow task and enable, right click on this and enable data viewer. You can enable this. So you can see which file data you're getting it. Let me delete all the data from here. Control C and Control V. Let me delete all the data. I don't have any data. So I wanted to check what table data which is bringing. Click on start button now. Now, this is one of the trick I can play. What is the trick I'm talking about here? Package validation is automatic. You need not do anything. Breakpoint we'll discuss. So I'm talking about progress window also. It is a window. You can just simply click on that and see the errors. So nothing to be done. Data viewers, where you can enable the data viewer at the data flow only, not in the control flow. Remember that. Okay. So in the data flow only. So in the data flow, if you wanted to see what kind of a data it is bringing, you can right click on this, you can disable and you can enable. Now save and start. Now it is going to be reading the data from one file. This is how it is going to show. Now this is the file. Ram Kiran Anuj. Where is the Ram? So Ram Kiran means this is the one. Ram Kiran. So this file data which is bringing. So it can show you like this. Now when you click on this, so it is going to go to the next level. Then it will open the second file. Second file is Radhika, Jyoti, Anushka. Now you open, first file is processed. Now we can see second file, Radhika, Jyoti. Only one file data you can have it now. So If you wanted to see file by file, so you can have what? You can have a data viewer. So what data it is going to be loaded, that you can see it here. You can also copy the data. If you have any issues with this, you can copy and paste it and you can work with this. So if you wanted to process further, click on this. Now the second table data is got processed. Now you can see some more rows. Okay. Now like that, next table data, it is processed. Next table data is this. Next table data is this. So you can see the complete data. Everything is got over. Now you can just simply close this. Now everything is got over. Stop this. Now you should be able to have completed data here. The complete data is 36 rows. As of now, we have it. Clear? So this you can test it at the time of designing or developing the package. You should not give as it is to the production. Why? In the production, nobody is going to be there to click on this button. Remember that. Nobody will be there because all jobs will execute in the midnight, right? So all the jobs will get executed midnight. Nobody is going to be there to click on this link, click on this link, click on this link. So you should not enable data viewer and deploy these packages. Remember, you have to remove at the time of creating a ispack file. అర్థమవుతుందా? So go right click on this, disable data viewer and save and create a ispack file. You should be able to give it. That is one thing. So you can see the data. You want to see the data, how many rows are going here and what rows are coming here. You want to verify. You may get 10 rows here. You may get 5 rows there. So you can compare before loading it. So you'll come to know why the 5 rows are not going. So you should be able to easily understand by enabling the data viewer everywhere. So go click on this link, enable data viewer here. You can also enable data viewer here. So you can see both, you know, so this is from here to here, you will be able to get one thing. Then one more thing is going to get opened. The same data is going to go to the next level. Ardhamautunda? So you will be able to get, like this, and everything is got processed. Everything is got processed. You will be able to get the data like this. So enable data viewer can be implemented only in the development phase. It is not implemented in the production phase. Why? No developer, no DB is going to sit and click on that button. అర్థమవుతుందా? So that is what is the thing. So that you can, keep it. So as a designer, as a developer, so what are the things that you need to implement? So data viewers you can implement. You can identify, what are the rows which are flowing. Are there any issue with the data flow that you can understand? Progress window can show you the errors. Now, package validation can tell you, whether the source and the destinations are completely available or not. Clear? So that is what. Now, one more property they'll ask you, what is a delay validation property? Why do we need to make it to true? Delay the validation until source and destination is available. Clear? So sometimes, sometimes what will happen? There's a property here. There's a property called, let me double click. Let me remove this. Disable, disable this. Okay, sorry guys. I got some cough. So now I have one more property is called as a delay validation. I go to the control flow. Now I right click on this. I go to properties. There is a property called delay validation by default to false. Have you seen this? When can we make it to true? It is an interview question. Sometimes what happens, your source or destination is not ready at the time of executing the package. Okay, so what is the meaning? So when you for example, you go to the temple. When you go to the temple or church, there will be a faster, right? Faster or the some, the pandit is there. So you're calling the Pandit, sir, are you available in the temple? You're validating. Are you available in the temple? Pastor will be there. Are you available in the church? So that I'm going to be coming. So when you inquire, the Pandit is not available. Is not available in the church or in the temple. So when you validate it, it will fail because that guy is not ready. But as by the time you reach, he's going to come there. So, but when you do the validation now, he is not going to be there in the temple, he is not going to be there in the church. But when he's available, by the time you go and reach the church or the temple, he's also going to arrive. But when you now inquire, he's not available there. So sometimes what happens, you don't have the destination tables or the source tables, but by the time you go and get the data, okay, the destination tables are available. So but if you inquire, the table is not available now. So if that is the case, you put delay validation. That means you don't do the validation now, you skip the process. Okay, if you validate, the Pandit is not available now, so but you start going to the temple. By the time you reach, it may take 20 minutes or 30 minutes, he will also reach when you reach the temple or the church. That's what is the delay validation. If you check the object is not available, the package will fail. But you don't want to fail the package because the object is not available. But when we say delay validation, you execute the package. By the time you'll come to that destination, the table will be available. So that is the point. Clear? Very, very, very important interview question. Delay the validation until source and destination is available. You are not going to be validating. You're skipping the process now. Don't validate now, because anyhow, if I validate that object is not available, I start going to the temple. By the time I go, that guy is available. So this is important property. Sometimes we have to make it true. Okay, so package validation, another important question. So progress window, data viewers also I discussed, very, very important interview question. What is a checkpoint and what is a breakpoint? Checkpoint we discussed yesterday. Restart the package from the point of failure is called as a checkpoint. But what is a breakpoint? Okay, so breakpoint means it is very, very important. A breakpoint is an SSIS is a stopping or exit point of the code. It is an opportunity for the reviewing the status of the data, variables, and all the status of SSIS package given to the developer or DBA. SSIS breakpoints are provided with some events based on which we can track the execution of the execution plan and see how the process flows. Go to the control flow, right click, and you can enable the you know breakpoints and press F5 to continue. So breakpoint means, for example, if I execute this package is executing and loading the data. In between, can I pause it? Can I pause it? No, I'll stop it. I would like to pause it for some time. Clear? When we are going to be pausing, for example, football match is going on, cricket match is going on. When the video will get paused and played, when there is an out. Okay. So when you pause it and play the video, what happens? You can see the errors, whether it is LBW out or if it is elbow out or something out. If you wanted to finalize the out and errors in the cricket match, what do they do? If they play the video, you will not be able to catch it. They need to pause the video, or we'll say slow motion video. Play the cricket in the slow motion or play the video in the slow motion. Where? Do we need to play complete video? No, 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 no. When that guy is bowling, so which event I need to play? Do we need to play entire 1 hour video? No, 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 no. You need to play when the bowler is throwing the ball. That time you need to play it. On which event I need to slow down the video? That is what is called break point. Why break point? To understand, are there any errors in that event? What is the event? There is a LBW out. The umpire wanted to declare, but they have given third party empire. So third party empire, what they do, they pause and play the video. That is what is called break point. Break point means to understand the errors in the match. So based on some event, which event? This guy is throwing the ball. when is it throwing the ball, you pause it. So that is what is called event-based breakpoint. అర్థమవుతుందా? When you pause the video and see how the whether it is out or not out, you can easily cleanly you can easily check. So lot of things you can check. So from one direction the video is shown, one more direction the video is shown, and from top bottom lot of cameras will be there. They are going to be playing from different directions, slow motion. This is what is called a break point. Why breakpoints are important? Breakpoints are pausing the execution of a package. Otherwise, package will get executed continuous. It is not going to stop. But I wanted to verify, is there any problem? For example, there's a problem in the third file. I would like to pause it there. How do I pause it now in the third file? You will not be able to pause it. So, but you can perform a breakpoint. You can apply. For example, variables are getting some data. I wanted to know which variables are not properly getting the data. So which one is not properly happening? I can see the video. Clear? So like that, I cannot simply execute and see the errors. I would like to pause, break the video, break the execution of a SSIS package. For that, go to control flow, right click on the designer. There is a break point. Okay. Edit breakpoints is available. Have you seen this? These are the different events. I told you when I should pause. So when the bowler is playing or when the bowler is running, when the runner is the batsman is running, you pause it. Not the bowler is throwing. So when should I stop it? When should I pause it? Where should I play? So when the batsman is running, you pause there. So that we can see whether it is out or not. So like that, different events. So break when the container receives on pre-execute event, break when. So a lot of things. If you're not sure about it, you can implement all these things. When is that? I would like to pause it. Okay. If you're not able to understand where it is, at least you pause for all the events. When the task failed, and when error occurred, when the progress, so a lot of things. You click on the event, so you will be able to see a small red ball. Have you seen this? We should be able to see this. Now, when you execute this, it is not going to execute now. It is going to be pausing. It's going to be pausing. Remember this. Okay, I don't have any data. So it is going to be pausing. Click on start button. Now it is telling me, hey Bhaskar, I am starting. Have you seen this? It is starting. So I wanted to go to continue. Click on this. Or you can click, you can press F5 button. So what is the thing? If you want to continue the next step, so you have to go to the control flow, right click, edit breakpoints, choose required events, and press F5 to continue. I will be clicking on F5. If the F5 does not work, at least function F5 has to work. Now it is telling me, hey Bhaskar, I am here. So it is playing the video. I'm here. So you can verify if you want to verify. Okay, whether this guy is getting the data or F5, press F5. So F5, this has got executed. Now it would have deleted the data. For example, if you have a table, the table where you're deleting the data, you can go to this table. So whether it is deleted the data or not, step by step you can understand, right? So you can just simply go and continue. So this data got deleted or not in this table. It is deleting the data. Now the step is done. So you can verify. Yeah, it is deleted the data. No data is available. So you press function F5 or F5 to go further. So now it is going here. Now function F5, it is executing this. Now you go back. Now it is got first row. It would have got this data. Now you can verify first data got or not. So there is no problem with the first file. That is how you can understand. Now go to the second file. Now I wanted to verify what is the file it is getting. Now I would like to see the variables also. Lot of things you can verify. Okay, lot of things we can verify. For example, I wanted to check what is the variables. Okay, variables and its values I would like to verify. So what are the variables and what are the values they are getting as of now? So I have a variable. So to get the variable, you need to go to SSIS menu. There is a Windows menu that you can have it. Okay. So Yeah, debug menu and Windows and watch. Okay, where is the debug menu? There is a debug menu. Go here. There is a window called, okay. So continue is F5. Continue is F5. Now there is a window called under Windows. You will be able to see watch window, locals window. Remember this. Clear? So what is that I'm going to be, doing? I wanted to go to debug menu. Clear? So go to debug menu. Within the debug menu, you go to Windows. This is Windows option. Okay. So under that, you watch locals window and you will get watch window. There are two windows. So using these two windows, you will see what is the variables and its values in the runtime. అర్థమవుతుందా? So you can go to debug menu, go to Windows, local or watch. So you will be able to see variables and what is the data they're getting it. Currently, that you can see it. So I go to debug menu. You go to uh, debug menu. Now the first one Windows, I will go to locals window. When I click on locals, all the variables are available. So when you open this is my own window. Now it is pointing to Bangalore file. I'm able to get Bangalore data only. Now you can see it is pointing to Bangalore file. Now it has to point to Chennai. So when I click F5, when I go here, if I click function F5, where is that window? Locals window. This is, let me switch this on. So I am clicking on this. Hmm? Now I go function F5. When I take function F5, it has to bring one more window. Function F5 one more time. Now function F5 one more time. It has to point. Okay, it has to point one more thing. Function F5 means continue further, right? So now it is see, it is changed. Have you seen this? It is changed to Chennai. Now, like that, you should be able to see whether properly it is getting the paths and everything properly or not. You can, slowly you can visualize. You function F5. See, it is pointing to one more. Function F5, Hyderabad. Then next, next UK. Next one is US. So after that, everything is got over. I'm continuously pressing F5, F5 or function F5, execution is stopped. Clear? So you can pause and do lot of things here. So all the data got loaded. Now you see all the data here. Now everything is working fine. So if you have some data, this data also getting deleted. So a lot of things can be measured. I told you, you pause the video, you see everything. So is there any, out for LBW or out for wicket out or what is that out? Okay, while running the batsman, it is out. So lot of things can be measured when you pause the video. So that is what is called a break point, right? Now I want to implement, so click on this first. So right click on this, go to edit breakpoints, select everything. Now click on start button. Now you can see whatever you wanted to see it. So I don't have any data. Now a file by file execution. Now you can go to this window, you can watch. For example, sometimes we have many variables. Many variables I cannot see it, right? So what I do, if that is the case, I go I go to debug menu, Windows, I click on the watch window. I have four windows. Let me take one window, watch number one. I write the, the variable name, file path. Okay. So I would like to watch only this forever. I would like to watch only this variable. You may have thousands of variables. if I have thousands of variables and I wanted to see the value of only one variable or few variables, so I can write the name. For example, when I say file path, okay, so I would like to concentrate only on this. For example, there are five guys, there are five thieves are available, but the police wanted to look for only one guy because he's the leader. Okay, even though he wanted to catch five guys, but the police is planning to have the eye on only one thief, not all the thieves, right? So thieves. So that is what is the point. Even though you have lot of variables, I wanted to know what is the value for this variable, right? So I can simply go here and continue press F5, F5. You will come to know the variable data, right? So this will get changed. So I can only watch clearly. See, the data is getting changed, right? So like that, a lot of things. And tomorrow I wanted to know what is the one more variable called row count. Row count is also one more variable we have, right? So it is also bringing the data. Like that, you can write the variable name and press, F5 so that you will be able to go and control F5 and get the different data here, right? What is going on? It is getting hanged or not? Okay. It is getting hanged, I think. I don't know suddenly. Okay. So you keep on verifying, are these variables getting proper data or not? It is hanging, guys. Let me stop this. Yeah. So what is the purpose of a breakpoint means remove the breakpoints at the time of deploying the package. Okay. So how to remove the breakpoints? So right click on this. You go to where control flow, edit breakpoints. You need to remove like this. All of them you need to remove it. Now it can run now smoothly. Now save. Now you can run the package, right? So what is the purpose of a breakpoint means? It is going to be pausing the package. So when it is pausing, you can verify variable values. You can verify the package execution. You can verify which file is, in the progress phase. A lot of things can be verified. అర్థమవుతుందా? So that is the reason why we need to have a breakpoints. So purpose, it pause the execution of the package to see the values of variables or to do a lot of other activities at the runtime. So this is how you should be able to, have the breakpoint. Compulsory interview question. What is a checkpoint? Checkpoint restart the package of the restart the package at the time in the failure. Wherever there is a failure occurred, I wanted to restart it there. So that is what is called checkpoint. I'm talking about a breakpoint means it's pausing the video, pausing the execution of the package based on the event, and you can verify what is happening now. What are the how the variables values are getting changed? Our variables are getting proper data or not? How do you check? Otherwise, people will ask you, how do you check the variables data at runtime? So all of them you can do in the breakpoints only. So these are a part of. Okay. So now design time debugging means so package validation, breakpoints, progress, data viewers. You can apply breakpoints cannot be implemented in the production level. Why? Because they cannot right click edit, nothing can be done. But if the problem happens, so what you can do? In the runtime after deploying the package, if the problem happens, so package event handlers, package logging, and error output, if you get a bad data, that can be kept in the one more file, or we can have a package logging. We can implement a logging in the package kada. So we can right click. So when you implement a SSIS logging, so what happens? The package whenever gets any kind of an issue, it is going to be logging into the table, so that we can implement. Clear? And the next one is event handlers. With the help of event handlers also, we should be able to implement a logging. You can go to event handlers. So whenever any error occurred, click on this. So it has to send a mail. Okay. Na? So all these things you can configure in the now. and you can deploy the package. Tomorrow, if something goes wrong, you will be able to get mails and you will be able to capture the data, and everything can be done based on the, the error data. The DBA team can work on the errors. If they're not able to rectify the errors, they will be able to give you the error file to you so that you can work on this. So this is the purpose of debugging of SSIS packages. Clear? Very, very important interview question. So what is the, debugging of SSIS packages means there is a design time, that is a development time. We can do lot of things. Runtime, we only implement logging. Runtime, we cannot do anything. If the flight is going on, if there is a problem, can we do something? No. Simply we can record that. In flight, where is the problems are getting recorded? It is a black box, right? So when the flight is landed, you open the black box, you try to rectify the issues in the flight. Like that, if the package is going to execution now, you will get lot of issues. All of them are going to be captured in the log files. అర్థమవుతుందా? So design time low, we can implement lot of things. We can implement data viewers, we can implement lot of things, but not in the runtime completely you need to dependent on the loggings only. Okay, so what is a hidden same connection property? At least we have discussed this yesterday. And the delay validation is important property that is asked in many places. If you get a bad data using a red pipe, we will be able to separate the data, right? So all these things are very, very important, guys. And how do you restart the flow from the point of failure? Means I told you, you have to use a checkpoint. Clear? So that is what is the point. One more question they'll ask you. Okay, I am running a package. Okay, I am running a package. They'll ask you like this. I have employee file, employee ID, employee name, employee 1, let us say Ram, employee 2, Kiran, employee number 3, Aman. Like that, I have some data. Now, I have been executing. So who's loading the data? Let us say data flow task is executing this. Now, 2 rows got moved. 2 rows got moved here, and it is a dim employee table. Now, after that, I rectify there. There is a problem here. I don't know what is the problem, but it is rectified. Now, when I run the package, will it start from the third row, or it is going to start complete task? That is what is the interview question. When I implement a checkpoint, so when I implement a checkpoint, there is a failure occurred. The data flow task is failed. It is copied 2 rows. Now the task is failed. When the task is failed, I rectified the error. Now, if I run the data flow, it is going to be executing from starting, or will it execute only the third row? The answer is checkpoint always executes from the starting level only. Clear? So it is going to go and going to get the complete data once again, right? It is not going to start from the third row. Clear? You may have the duplicated data. Remember, if you don't have a primary key and foreign key, it is going to get all the data. But how can we implement? So I don't want to get the duplicates. So if you want to implement, you need to have incremental loading. Okay, incremental loading when you implement, 1 is already there, 1 is there, 2 is already there, 2 is there, 3 is not there, it is going to come. When you rectify the data, so when you rectify the issue, the SSS package is going to be, starting where the failure occurred. But in that task, it is going to be starting from the first row. So not from the row level. So checkpoint always start the package at the task level only, not at the row level. That is also one more point. Clear? So that is also one more interview question you have to know. So, or sometimes they'll say, we are running the package and it has, loaded 100 rows, then it is failed. Now tomorrow, if I rerun the package, it has to load from 101. So how do you implement? Simply incremental loading, nothing else. If you run two rows and it is failed, now I would like to start from 101, or I need to start from the next row level. How do you do that? So you have to implement only incremental loading, nothing else. And you need to have a primary key. Otherwise, you will not be able to do that activity as well. People would ask you the same question in different meaning. Okay, I have 1 million data in the source, but 1,000 rows got loaded. The package is failed. I wanted to load 1,001 row. How do you do that? So simply perform the incremental loading. Then only the existing data will not go. The remaining data is going to go there. Clear? So if I implement a checkpoint, now what will happen? Checkpoint is going to be starting always at the task level, but I would like to take only this row and load it. So how do you implement it? Perform the incremental loading. So checkpoint will start here, but incremental loading will not load this data. It will take only this data. So all these things are interview questions. You should be able to answer, guys. Clear? So one more topic is still pending. It's very, very small topic. I will upload the video on how to call the SSIS packages in a stored procedure. Can we call? Yes. So stored proc also can call SSIS packages. I'll upload a simple video you watch on that. So you perform whatever I taught, that is more than sufficient to crack 5 years of 10 years of interview questions. But apart from that, okay, if you wanted to read, you can read, but it is more than sufficient for you to crack any SSIS interview. Whatever I taught, you need to practice. Whatever I did not take, you forget about it. So concentrate only on this. So maximum time we are going to be implementing only these topics. What is a breakpoint? What is a checkpoint? What is a data viewer? What is error handling? Right? What is incremental loading? What is the difference between control flow, data flow? How many packages you have developed in the last 1 year? Means you can say 100 plus packages. What is the size of the data warehousing? What is the staging database? And how do you clean the data? So people are going to be asking this kind of a questions. So we can say that we have removed duplicate data. How do you remove duplicate data? Means common table expression you can use. We have used fuzzy grouping. So all these things already you know it. So please practice them once again, right? So thank you guys. From tomorrow, no classes. I'll upload one more video how to call SSS packages in a stored procedure, right? Or how do you call SSS packages in a .NET software, in a Java software? So that if you wanted to know, I'll upload one more video. You watch and you complete that, guys. Thank you so much. Any other questions? If you have it, please let me know.